Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Today, we'll be talking about post-nut clarity, or PNC. But just as a warning, there'll be some adult themes in this particular one that I'm doing. And if you look at the thumbnail, right, what I ask a question is why women need to know that it's the day after that counts. And what you really want to get answered is, how do you like me now? How does the guy like you the day after he has sex with you? Do you understand? You need to get him there. You need to be on that side because every marriage, there's a point in which the woman has to be on pins and needles if the guy's going to come back after she gives him, access to her Pandora. Okay? So, what does PNC mean? But he needs to find out where he stands after the sex deed is done as well. But it's more important for you because a lot of you women talk about, you know, uh, that once I give a guy sex, he always ghosts me. So let's keep going, right? So my goal is to paint a scenario by telling a hypothetical story to a woman. Okay, this is a hypothetical story, something to counteract this fictitious 90-day rule. Okay, and the reason why I kind of talk about the 90-day rule is because a lot of you women are familiar with the Steve Harvey effect. Okay, so I want to say that rule, that arbitrary rule, is stupid because it's not the amount of time that you make the good man, the man you want, wait, that matters. It really is. If you have relations with him the first night, second night, third night, or 90th night, that's the first time, it makes no difference. If he likes you, he's going to like you regardless. And if he doesn't like you, you can make him wait for 6 months. All he's going to do is just put another notch in his belt and be mad that it took him so long to score with you, and he'll be gone. So let's cue the scenario. Okay. You're a sexually active woman, right? You're a sexually active single female. Okay. Not necessarily a 304. I don't want to call you that. But you get your groove on from time to time. Okay. Because you're working, you're interacting with people. You're going to want to get your cheeks busted from time to time. Okay. That's fair. That's what a lot of people are doing in the modern era. You might have even had a few one night stands. This guy met all your physical criteria. You're out drinking with the girls. Hey, you know what? He takes you home, busts it down, you never see the guy again. Right? That happens. That happens to some women. Not every woman, but it does. Okay, so let's just say that happens to you. And so one day, this guy catches your eye, and you catch his. Physically, this guy satisfies all the things you need, whatever that might be, because he looks good, he looks in shape, blah, 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 got a suit on, whatever the hell, right? And you're looking good that day, and you guys make eye contact, and hey, you'll set a date, and you want to go out, okay? You swear up and down somehow you're going to make this situation with this guy different than all the other bust downs that you've had. And your only thought in your head is that the one limiting factor with all the rest of the bust downs that you had is that everything changed after y'all had relations. Everything changed after you had, and that's the PNC effect. You might not even understand why the men are different afterwards because PNC is a man's thing for the most part, right? We get the clarity, and after you get it, you get more cloudy, right? You get a little bit more cloudy because that's the difference between men and women. Sexual relations between us is different, and a lot of people don't realize that. And a lot of women, especially, because y'all want so bad to be men, you're not, okay? You're just not. You're never going to have the dynamic that a man has in those encounters. But let's go keep the scenario going. So let's just say you don't smash, but you can't stop thinking about this guy the first, second, third date you have with him. And so you come up with this arbitrary thing. I'm going to make him wait 90 days because I think my best chance for this guy to like me after we have relations, after we have sex, is that I made him wait and invest in who I am, right? He takes me out on dates. We go to the park. We take walks. We meet each other's parents. We do all kinds of stuff together that so he can get to know my inner me. He gets to know your inner you, right? That's what you're saying. So the chances are, after we have relations, he's gonna like me because he knows all these other things about me. And let's just say you're a great person. Let's just say, I'll concede that. Let's just say you're a great person. However, here's where you're making a mistake, okay? Because you may think that this guy is Boo Boo the Fool. This guy's not Boo Boo the Fool. If he's halfway decent looking, he's had women before. He knows that you have opened your Pandora to lesser men who aren't taking you on dates, who aren't spending money at restaurants, who aren't spending all their time trying to convince you that he's worthy enough for your Pandora. He knows that about you. That doesn't make you a 304. It makes you making a mistake because you're thinking making him wait is what you need to do for him to be the guy you actually snare for a long-term relationship. Here's what's happening. He's starting to resent you. He is starting to resent you because he knows that you've had one or two or more bust downs where a guy hadn't had to do nothing but stare in your eyes and talk your panties off. And you gave him the Pandora for nothing. This guy didn't spend a dime on you. But you have him jumping, you have the guy that you want to be with, jumping through all kinds of arbitrary hoops because of some stupid rule. Let me tell you, ladies, I'm gonna say this more than once. If a guy likes you, doesn't matter whether he gets sex from you the first, second, or third night, or the 90th night. If he likes you, he's gonna like you. And every relationship of a man and a woman, my wife and me, and every other man out there who has a wife or a woman, the woman had to get the guy to PNC. And see that guy come back. Every one of them. Every woman has to go through that, and so do you. And the amount of time you arbitrarily try to make this guy wait, it doesn't make a difference. If he's gonna ghost you, he's gonna ghost you on the 91st day. Let me tell you, on the 91st day, after y'all have your relations, you waited this so-called fictitious amount of time. He may even come back once or twice. But if he resents you, all of a sudden now he's not that accessible. All of a sudden he's starting to kind of put distance between you because he's kind of still upset that you made him wait this long, knowing, knowing that between you, this unwritten discussion is that you've bust down guys a whole lot easier than that. You know it, and whether you admit it to him or not, he knows it. Now, should he approach you on that beforehand? He could have, but he didn't. Or could you confess to him that you're nervous that if I actually give in to you, you might leave me and ghost me because so many other guys have done that? You could have, but maybe you didn't. But maybe you should in the future. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, waiting for an arbitrary piece of time is not the solution. It's not. Because a man has to get to PNC in order to determine whether, once the clouds are gone, that he still wants to be with you. Okay, so now we got that. I think you understand where I'm coming from. All right, so here's the next step. Here's the next step. Moving into the next step. Okay. And the next step is going to be extra hard for a lot of women. Okay, and because I know it because we can see what's going on. You got to make the man wear a condom. He's got to wear a condom. You can't let a man that you're courting raw dog you. Never. Without exception, he can't raw dog you. You got to wear a condom, and there's some reasons for that. I'm going to get into it, right? You know, making him wear a condom shows him that you're responsible. That even if you like a guy, you're responsible, right? You're responsible for your womb. And one of the things that I have problem with a lot of women is that you guys refuse to take full responsibility for your womb. You'll run around when it comes to the big A, my body, my choice. But it's more than just the big A. In the sexual encounter with any man, it's your body, your choice. No man should be allowed to enter you without you giving him all the instructions that you desire. And one of those instructions means he's got to cover up. You got to cover up. No matter if he bitches and moans and says something wrong, then he doesn't get none that night. It doesn't matter how horny you are. Once you abdicate access to your womb, that's your fault. That's your fault. I don't care all this bullshit on the talking points and all this kind of stuff. If it's not SA, if it's not assault, if it's not the R word, then any access to your womb is your fault. And you got to take responsibility and accountability for that. It's your body, your choice. And let me tell you this, any man who wants sex from a woman, you tell him that he has to put on a condom, guess what he's going to do? He's going to put on a condom. If you don't have any rules, he's going to take it the way you give it, right? So yeah, men have some responsibility because it's before you have sex. Because a lot of guys is just so horny and so stupid, regardless of how irresponsible the woman is, he doesn't understand that he's going to give up 21 years of his life, financial life, and maybe even jail time. Because the very first time a guy releases and shoots up the club in a woman, he has no rights at all from the point of that shooting up the club until she gets pregnant and make a decision. I don't understand any man who's going to want to be in that position. They're all assholes and they deserve what they get. But let's not get off the point. The point is, as a woman, it's your choice who enters you. And you got to stop making excuses that is somebody else's fault. Every woman, there's people hang up the phone on me because I won't bend on that. It's your body, your choice, not just for the big A word. It's for sex. You guys control access to your womb. So listen. So you make this guy wear a condom, and let me tell you, here's what happens. Y'all like each other, but psychologically, this guy's going to start to. He already likes you. You guys are building a relationship. Your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you're actually monogamous. Let's just say you're both monogamous. All right, still make him wear a condom. You know why? Because if you give him something to look forward to, right? Because he's going to be thinking in his mind, I can't wait for the day where I can go raw with this woman. And the only way I can go raw with this woman is if I get engaged to her. Now, if you're checking all the other boxes, you're building this relationship and you might even have plans. You're talking about marriage, you're talking about kids, you're talking about moving in the same direction. You're working, he's working. Hey, how much it would be more beneficial if we had one place? Okay, now you're taking your relationship to the next level. That doesn't mean he should be able to raw dog you. He still hasn't committed nothing. He still has not committed anything to you. So let him get on his knees and let him say, hey, baby, hey, you, hey, I'm bending the knee. I want you to be my wife. I want to marry you. I want you to accept me as your protector, as your provider, as your problem solver, as a man who's going to give you your children, right? And it's not only because he can't raw dog you, but it's something to look forward to. We always say how important sex is in a marriage. How could this part not be part of that? So now they'll get engaged, right? It's still up to you whether you let him raw dog you or not. I figure if he buys you two, three, $5,000 ring, he's not doing it just so he can raw dog you. But let's just say you let him start raw dogging you. I say don't do that. You got this far, take it a little further. Don't allow him to raw dog you until your wedding night. How about looking forward to something in a wedding again in the West, right? Used to be you look forward to the first time you had sex with your woman when you got married. So now it's reduced to how about the first time you have sex with her when you're married, raw dog? Wouldn't that make that wedding night special? Because now you'll be raw dogging each other for the rest of your lives, right? I mean, it's just hypothetical shit that I'm throwing out on this YouTube, you know, but it just makes sense. So a man needs to understand that he's going to get post nut clarity, but he needs to anticipate what that might be before he has sex with an arbitrary woman, especially if it's raw. But a woman who doesn't understand that every man that she has, every man that you're going to cleave to, if you're in a relationship, he has to achieve post nut clarity to determine whether he wants to stay with you or not. And it's not based on how good the sex is. It's based on whether you're worth anything more than what you have between your legs. That's what brings them back for more than just a box. And there's some other layers to this, but I just wanted you to get your outline that there's no arbitrary rule. If a man likes you, he's gonna like you if you have sex on the first, second night, or the 91st night. If he likes you, he's gonna like you. If he's gonna ghost you, he's going to ghost you on the first, second night, or the 91st night. He's just going to have to put more effort into it, waiting around for 90 days for you to come clean. But it's going to sting you more because you wasted all that time, right? You wasted all that time because it could be 6 months. It doesn't have to be just 90 days. So you got to be true to yourself. If you're a sexually active woman, especially if you had a kid already, why put the punishment on the guy you like while you have a whole bunch of bust downs in your past? You know what I'm saying? So this is just a short one. I wanted to get that out to let you guys know that PNC is real, post nut clarity is real, and every man goes through it, and every woman has to live with the results of it. And it doesn't change. This is our nature. This is your nature. This is one of the dynamics, not all, but this is one of the dynamics in a sexual relationship between men and women. So I just want to get that one clear. All right. So please, before I go, you know, please like, share, subscribe, comment on this thing. I'd like to get some comments on it. I just kept my avatar up, so, as opposed to rattling off the jibs and all that kind of stuff with my picture. But hey, listen, I'm on the Trigger Mike show on the Lapeef Network almost every day around 12:30. But I'm started my own channel here, and I got a few subscribers, and I kind of like doing this. I like my thumbnails. I'm gonna just try to get better as I go. I'm a retired dude. I've been married for 35 years, and this is fun. I don't mind throwing stuff out on the internet. I think this one with post nut clarity, we talk about it in this manosphere a lot, but we don't really talk about what it is. So hopefully I gave you enough ammunition to understand what it is and how it impacts relationships, how it impacts men, and how that impact for men is meaningful to women. And so if you have a woman out there, because I don't think I have that many women listening to this, but if you're a man, pass this to a few women. Share it with some women. Hey, listen to this idiot talk about post nut clarity. And if you're a woman who gets anything out of this, share this with your friends. You can use this content any way you want because I think it's important that women understand it. Because I've heard more than a few women who are nervous about having sex with the good guy that they like because of what happens afterwards. And I'm trying to tell you, PNC is what happens afterwards. That's what happens afterwards. It doesn't change. Doesn't matter whether it was 100 years ago or right now. PNC is PNC. It's post nut clarity. That's where a man needs to be. And you need to be brave enough to get him there to determine whether he's going to be with you or not. And don't waste time. Because if you waste a year holding the good guy off while you're smashing all the losers, he's not gonna, once he knows already. So now it's just you know, he's just holding on until he gets his notch in the belt. Because he is gonna ghost you because he resents you for making him spend all that time and money to get the Pandora that you've been giving away for chicken dinners. Anyway, that's enough. Hey, give me some comments and I'll be back again with my next video in a little while. It'll be on some other topic of relationships. It could be politics because I have some political things, or it could be sports. I think there's intersections between all of these things. All right. Hey, have a good day. Talk to you later.